Hi everyone, Kim Stewart here with this week's Oracle card readings. Come on out to let me know that you've come on and let me know you're here with me. It is the dark of the moon, so it's that kind of finishing off phases. So you might be feeling a little bit more inward. You might be feeling like you just want to rest a little bit more. So pay attention to all of that, whatever's happening in your space. As you can see, my office is looking very empty. We've got just over a week to go before we relocate and go on our northern adventure. So things are being put in boxes. My office is down to its bare minimum. What's in my office now will come with me because these are the things that I function with on a daily basis. So exciting times ahead. We've paced ourselves reasonably well, I think, so we should get across the finish line there fairly well. Alrighty, so we are going to do some card readings today, but I did want to talk about an idea that popped into my mind, and the idea being, what is your favorite flower? What is it that when you think about your favorite flower, what are the qualities of your favorite flower? And I was playing with the idea that if we looked at a bunch of flowers of all different varieties, if you stop and think about all the varieties of flowers that are out there in the world, I think about tulips, for instance, because I live in the Southern Highlands, and we have a tulip festival. Well, non-COVID times, we have a tulip festival at this time of the year. And if you go to any of the gardens, public gardens around the place, they're beautifully planted out with these gorgeous tulips, which of course come up for just a short time of the year. Out of the whole 12 months of the year, tulips actually are in flower probably for one of those months. So think about, what is your favorite flower? For me, it's gardenia. And what is it that I love about gardenia? Well, I love the perfume. I love the delicateness of them. And I know that when if you touch the flowers too much, they bruise easily. So I was thinking about, what are the qualities of the flower that I love, and what of that resonates within me that is similar to me? Well, I bruise easily. I love the sweet scent of the flower. So that's something that is a high value for me in my life, is loving kindness. So that flower really is a beautiful representation of how I am in the world. And of course, we can have these very delicate flowers. And then when I think about flowers like proteas, for instance, which are grown in South Africa as well as in Australia, they're really hardy flowers, but they're still beautiful. So, it gives permission for me to think about, it doesn't matter the qualities of each of us. If we're a more sensitive person, that too has its beauty and has its purpose in the world. Or if we're a slightly more resilient person, or a little stronger in some areas, that too has its beauty. So I was playing with that idea today. So play with it for yourself. What is your favorite flower, and what are the qualities that you love about that flower? And does that resonate with you in any way? Hey Danielle, nice to see you. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for the overall group to see what the overall theme is today for each of us. Oh, and it's two cards jumping out. Bear with me while I pick them up. All right. Sorry about that. Needing to readjust. Okay, so let's have a look. We've got balance and the unexpected. So let's look at balance first of all. So look at this image here where, you know, she's perfectly balanced. She's holding the energy in her heart center, and then she's got all of that beautiful balance all around her. So it's the opportunity again. And of course, this is what this time of year is about. We've just passed the equinox, whether it be spring or autumn, depending on which part of the world you live in. And that is equal day, equal night, equal light, equal dark. So it's all about balance. So it's that reminder for us to ensure there's enough balance. Well, if I was to feel into this right now, I would say, okay, fun. Let's bring a bit more fun, because there's lots of packing going on. There's lots of working out, all of those sorts of things, as well as working. So to bring the balance would be to have a little bit more fun for me. So whatever that is for you, to be doing that. And then we've got the unexpected. And this is a gorgeous card. Now, sometimes this can come as a bit of a, I wasn't expecting that. But that doesn't mean it's a bad, I wasn't expecting that. Even if it appears, I'm thinking of a particular friend that I remember when this card came out for her a couple of years ago, I think it was. And it was definitely but the outcome of that has been something that is very relieving. And I'm sure that the period, although it's had a lot of stress for her, has actually been quite enlightening. But I'm not saying that this is in any form a negative, unexpected. Be open to all that is coming through for you. So if you look at the image there, they're looking into the light. So that's enlightenment, right? That's insight. And it's coming through in unexpected ways. This indicates a different dimension sending the information through. So be present. What do you do in these times? Is you look at your systems that keep you balanced, that keep you centered, keep you grounded, walking in nature, meditation, swimming, whatever that is for you. So I hope that assists. That's our overall. So let me just catch up here, because there's a heap of comments and I want to read them. So let me do. I've got Danielle there. Hey Lisa, nice to see you as well. Catherine, good morning. Really interested in a card today. People in need of help. I can't seem to do what I have to do to study. What will my reading be? All right, so Catherine, I'm going to put you there at the top of the list. Caroline would love a card, absolutely, and good morning to you. And Danielle, of course, you would also like a card, most definitely. Alrighty, let's get on and do this. So Catherine, really interested in a card. People in need of help. People in need of help. Is that? I'm going to pull up the wording there. People in need of help. Your perception, or they're asking you for help. I can't seem to do what I have to do to study. What will my card reading be? Nourishment. This is putting you first. The way I read that, and it can be misconstrued because just getting the text form of it can miss some of the message. But people in need of help seems to me that you're saying they need help. So that's a story, that's a perception that you're putting on it, and therefore you're feeling like you've got to help them. So you've got to put aside what it is that is important to you so you can help them. That's not how it works. You've got to do what nourishes you first, and then with the leftover time, then you help them. If you're putting them first, you're going to be over-delivering on them and under-delivering on yourself. I want you to flip that. So remember the card of the balance, overall balance. Flip that. You first. You first. Let me see if that's resonating with you. And absolutely, Lisa, I'll pop you on the list there too. Where are you, Catherine? Are you hearing? Is it resonating? You first. Don't feel guilty about doing what's important to you. I know it's really challenging as women. We are just so programmed to put everybody else first. But this card is telling you to nourish yourself first, to, put your own oxygen mask on. Your study is important and part of your mission. So to prioritize that is what you have to do. So create your scheduling around your priorities. And unless somebody, I used to make a joke, unless somebody's, really in dire situation, I'm not going to say what I've sometimes said in the past, but unless somebody's in absolute life death, then they can wait. They can either go and do something for themselves, or you can schedule in and just say, listen, yep, that's cool. My schedule's full just for now, but I've got time at. Practice doing that and see the shift that occurs. All right, I hope that makes sense to you, Catherine. Awesome. All right, Caroline. Hey, Nikki. And you tricked me, Nikki. You've changed your last name, so I was a little bit unsure at first, but good for you. I'm sure that that's come with a big energy shift for you. And yes, of course, you can have a card. Alrighty. Hang on a sec, Caroline. Where are we? That's where we are. All right, I'm going through a claim with work. I feel the outcome will be in my favour. Yes, it is. I'm getting a big fat yes. Because of their games they are playing, I'd like to know if I'm on the right track, so to speak. Okay, try not to read too much into what they're doing. That's their journey. Keep coming back to here and love it. Surrender. Hand it over. Trust your own intuition. So we got a big fat yes up there. Don't make too much of a story about what they're doing. They're doing whatever they're doing. Please don't put energy into making up a story around that. That's not your, it's not your energy to focus on. Hand it over. You have done all that you can. Hand it over and just step out of the way. Let it go. It will come. It's all working itself out beautifully. You've done all you need to do. Nice one. Danielle. What's your favourite flower, Danielle? You are most welcome, Caroline. They just keep saying all is well, Caroline, so that's nice. Alrighty, Danielle, I'm waiting for this, but I'm curious to know what your favourite flower is too. Okay, we've got two cards coming out for you. Protection and power. Okay. So when the protection card comes up for me, and particularly with this power card, what I'm getting is that you're allowing fear to disempower you. So you're in your power, you know the outcome that you want, you know who you want to be, but then you feel a little bit fearful about what if, and that's where the protection card is coming up to remind you that you're all good. And the way that you remind yourself that you're all good is in your meditation. And, ask for a sign if you want. Ask for the white feathers or whatever those signs are for you. But remember, when you sit in meditation and you make that connection with the divine, you're reminded that you are protected. And you're reminded that you have all the support that you need and that you are powerful. Wow, that's really cool. So gerbera, I love that. Beautiful long stem, but quite a lot of moisture in that stem, so a lot of emotion. And also, the petals are very delicate and can easily bend, but quite beautiful. So I don't know if that describes you as a person, but for the energy that I pick up about you, it does. So, maybe buy yourself a bunch of gerberas to remind yourself of you can hold your head up high. You want to make sure you hydrate yourself well and that you take care of your emotions, meaning don't suppress them. If you're somebody that feels a lot of emotion and your emotion moves through you, if you can easily cry, that sort of thing, honor that in yourself. Do it in your morning practices to allow that to move through you. I hope that makes sense, because it's important for you to stay in your power in that way and not drop into the what if or not good enough and all of that stuff that we can easily do to ourselves. Hey Jackie, nice to see you, and yes you can. Oops, pen's jumping out of my hand. I feel like um, I've had 1 cup of coffee, but I feel like I've had several cups of coffee today, so I'm a little bit up here, probably because there's lots of things running through my mind. I will make sure to keep grounding myself. Lisa. There it is there. You are welcome, Danielle. You are welcome, Jackie. I'll get there. Okay, Lisa, fruition. Da da da. You know, la-di-la, it's all coming about. So I get the impression that you've been taking some action steps towards your looking after your business, pardon me, and what you want to do. I hope I'm right in that, because that energy is, you know, being honored. Fruition means things are coming about, fruit is coming to bear, you know, ripening, ready to be picked, ready for you to enjoy the fruits of your labors. So this is honoring, even if it hasn't been a mass of energy being focused on your business, the steps that you are taking, they're acknowledging, and will have beautiful rewards for you. Well, that's a nice one. Excellent. It might not be your business, could be something else in your life, because I just saw your child pop in there as well. So whatever that is, you'll know what it is. Nikki. And anybody else that's on and hasn't popped a yes please and would like a card, feel free. It's what we're here for. Oh, and the cards are jumping today. Where did that one go? All right. Oh, nice one too. Excuse me. Maybe they've all had coffee today too. Hey Karen, nice to see you. Of course you can. Let me put that down. Alrighty, where are we at here? Nikki. Oh, this is a nice card. Attraction. So this is the reminder of what you put out, you get back. Putting out that beautiful loving kindness energy will attract more of that back into your life. So this is a reminder about who we're being, and this is a great reminder for all of us. I ask myself that on a regular basis. Who am I being, and am I being the person I want to be today? And I have to answer no sometimes, and especially when you've got a lot going on, that can be, a little bit more. Definitely, we've had a lot of moving pieces lately. And if you went and talked to my partner, Mike, he would definitely say, yeah, probably not being as nice a person as you could be. I go back and apologize as soon as I notice it. But yeah, this is about who are you being and who do you want to be, and is that matching? Okay, moving on. This is all about growth, right? And our overall card is about balance. So, when we look at it from that point of view, hey, Ali, and absolutely you can. Lisa, thank you, Kim. I've just started studying and feel it will combine my aromatherapy, business readings, workshops and healings. The fruition message is so beautiful and encouraged. Good. That's beautiful. See? Yeah, you've got some clarity around that, Lisa. That's really beautiful. And the expansion in that, I love. Nice one. Nice one for sure. Okay, Jackie. Boundaries. Where are you saying no? Where are you saying no to yourself when you could be saying yes to yourself, actually? So it's interesting. Usually we think about boundaries as a way of other people, but this boundary is about actually allowing yourself some of the joys and the pleasures that you want, and not having too strict a boundary around yourself on that. It's interesting. I've been watching a program that fascinates me because it's all about discipline and, for my own improvement, where can I bring more discipline in? And it's sometimes I can have stronger boundaries on the fun aspects of life, and to loosen those up a little bit for me is something that is beneficial to get that balance right. So the boundary for you in this case, Jackie, is about allowing the fun, allowing the things, whether it be a massage or a sitting in the sun and having a cup of tea and just looking out at the horizon and allowing your mind just to meander, or whatever that is for you that you don't really allow yourself to do, to allow that of yourself. Now, of course, this is also about your own boundaries, not letting other people overstep them. So the two can go hand in hand, but it's more about your own boundaries for yourself, to be saying yes to yourself more, and that might mean you need to say no to others a little more often, so you've got that space. All right, Karen. Okay, Karen Murphy, this is for you. Let's see what the cards have to say. And how delightful that the news of the international borders opening up. I can only imagine your excitement. You probably squealed like I did. Maybe not. Okay, darkness. So we're right in the dark of the moon. Don't miss this opportunity to journal a little more. This is the time, the phase where you get to notice what were the things that really got under your skin this cycle. Because we can be in such a positive way, but there are things that get under our skin. So these things are valuable for us to take notice of, so that we can just go a little deeper on those, to acknowledge. It might be something, I'm looking for an example to come through. If it was, if we had blue eyes and we would rather have green eyes, this is a weird example that has come through, to sit with why do we think that green eyes are better than blue eyes. Such a simplistic idea, but it's acknowledging that part of yourself. And the darkness card is showing where we're pushing things down, shoving them over to the side. So you'll know what that is for you. So sit with your journal, have a cup of tea, and just, create that nice space for yourself so that you can actually acknowledge that part of yourself. Because once we acknowledge that, the energy shifts, and we're not trying to keep it down. It's like those parts of ourselves that we just don't want to look at and we're shying away. Whereas if we own them, then we're owning all parts of ourselves. I mean, that is part of being a fully expressed version of ourselves. Is to own all parts of ourselves and to embrace those parts. So I hope that assists you, Karen. Sit with that one. Ali. I'm just going to read. Jackie is saying, oh really, that's interesting. I have not been relaxing. I'm always on the go, right? You can't always be on the go. You'll run out. And I feel that I have to say no work-wise, like in a way not being run over because I'm new to the industry. You're welcome. Good one. You've picked that up beautifully. You're welcome, Karen. Not a light, fluffy one today, but a worthy one. All right, Ali. There we go. Attraction. Okay, so I'm going so pinpoint focused right now is the energy. What is it that you're wanting in this one particular line? So the moment that I'm saying that, what pops into your head? What is it that you want with that? And then just lean into that a little bit more. Feel into that a little bit more. I'm going to pull another card on that. Just 2 secs, Al. I'm feeling some emotion there. So, okay. Focus. Yeah, see the water coming up to her eyes? There's some emotion there. So that that attraction point, there's something that you want, and often we get to look at the part that doesn't exist around that, or that we perceive doesn't exist, and that can bring up some emotion. So it's sitting with that part, and it's like such a particular strand of what you're wanting in a particular area of your life. So really looking at that and then letting yourself sit with it to allow the emotion to show itself, to release and move. And then it does that quickly. So that's what it is. I love that analogy of, like if we're not looking at something, it's like trying to hold a balloon underwater, right? It takes an enormous amount of energy for us to hold it there. And the minute we let go, it just pops up. So it's a bit like that with some things that we're not allowing up. And, we do that for practical reasons, right? You've got a business, you're competing, you're doing all of these things. But now that's past, is the time to just to have a look and to let that emotion show itself so it can transform. Alrighty, I hope that serves you. Is there anybody else that I've missed that would like a card pulled for them today? And for those that weren't on earlier, I was using the analogy of a mirror being your favorite flower. What is your favorite flower, and what are the qualities that you love about that flower? And does that make sense for you? So, okay, you've got that, Alison. Great. Anybody else that's wanting a card before we finish today? No, feels like we've come to that place. So wonderful. Thank you all for being here. I look forward to orchid. Nice. So love the heat orchids. Very resilient, but delicate at the same time, right? So look at those aspects of yourself, Jackie. It's nice one, really beautiful, and a very honourable flower too, orchids. They've been around for a very long time. Very queen energy connected to those, so beautiful. Maybe you want to get a picture of an orchid, or get yourself an orchid to remind yourself of that. Alrighty, so it is Dark of the Moon. The energy will shift. Make sure you journal any of those things that have caused you to be a bit prickly this cycle. Let them go, hand them over, and then new moon prayers tomorrow for the new cycle ahead. What do you want to see come about? I will see you again next week. And if you're not looking to book a reading or anything, please do so. My calendar is available. It's only blocked out for a few days when we'll actually be traveling, but otherwise I'm here. Have an amazing week and take good care of yourselves, and I will see you again soon. Lots of love. Bye, everyone.